What's up, everybody? It's Unicorn Man with the Unicorn Plan, and here I am today. I'm going to be reviewing another modification to Minecraft, and this is no ordinary modification. That's right, this one is very mobile, very Spider-Man-esque. Today, I am going to be reviewing grapple hooks. That's right. To begin with our little exposition into the grapple hook world and all of its beautiful natures and stories and whatnot, first we must understand what is a grapple hook and what a grapple hook is. It's a type of contraption, if I can pull one out here real quick, that you sling out somewhere and you can grapple yourself towards it, like so. This mod is pretty cool and I can't wait to dive into it. So let's get right into it. I'm going to teach you the basics of how to build these things, and I'm going to show you all the cool little implementations that these things do. Let's get on to it. All right, so what we got here is we have a recipe for a prototype launcher, and basically what this prototype launcher does is it's the base for all your different other types of launchers. So the way to make this is you want to take all your iron ingots. Let me get rid of these ones so that they don't interfere. Excuse me. Thank you. What you want to do is you want to take all your iron ingots, your buttons, and your redstone repeaters, and you'll want to put them into the pattern exactly at like so. I believe I just did that all wrong. There we go. And you got yourself a prototype launcher. And what this does, it does nothing. It's I fooled you. I've led you on. You all believed me. No, this does nothing other than it's the base for all your launchers. But there are three types of launchers in this mod that are really unique. And the first one is the most basic one, in my personal opinion. It's the spear hook. And what we want to do here for the spear hook is we want to go ahead and make a spear like so. Real easy, like. And this spider is bothering the heck out of me. Excuse me, sir. Could you please? Could you please? Thanks. After you made yourself a hook, you can go ahead and combine it with the rest of these items to make your own spear hook launcher. So the process is, oh boy, I already forgot. Okay, so the process is you want to go ahead and put these all together like so. Like this. Yep, we're getting there. And that. And then you go ahead and get yourself a spear hook launcher. And it works exactly as advertised. It shoots a spear. It's also a hook and it launches. You can pull yourself in using the right mouse button, as well as you launch it using the left mouse button. Unhooking is pretty easy. You press Q and or X. However, if you're reeling while unhooking, you'll get like a slight little boost. Let me show you here. So I'm reeling and press Q and it launches me up a little bit. So that's really good for trying to get up onto higher up places like so, like this. I don't think it goes through tree leaves like that. And then we pull ourselves up and whoop, you press Q and you launch yourself up, and it's pretty neat. So yeah, the spear hook is the most basic one. The other thing it also boasts is it does damage, I believe. Yes, it does damage to other mobs, and you can reel them into you, or you could reel yourself into them. Either one's fine. Kind of a very basic one, and I very much like it. As well as the next one that we have here is the pudge hook. I believe this is some sort of League of Legends reference. Correct me if I'm wrong. And what you want to do for a pudge hook is, I'm just showing you the crafting recipe so that you know I am not lying about this. You go ahead and you put the pudge hook in like that. You got yourself a pudge hook, and you put the pudge hook in with the crafting recipe that I have shown here. So we're going to go ahead and pop these bad boys in like so, very marvelously so, and you got to put the hook in at the end to signify which hook it is. And now you have yourself a pudge hook, and this one is different completely to the spear hook. What this one does is does not latch onto blocks. So if I shoot this, it doesn't latch on because it's more of a hook than a sphere. It cannot just smack into things. However, what this thing does boast is a entity kind of movement disabling. Is that what it is? Either way, you launch it at a enemy, and it brings the mob to you. Man, I'm saying all my words wrong. So basically, you shoot this at a mob, and it brings it to you. It's like a get over here. It's like Roadhog's hook as well from Overwatch, so that's pretty cool. You can also disable the hook at any point pressing Q or X, as well as if you are reeling while you do this, I believe they do come towards you faster. So at supersonic speeds, if you will. That's no good. The other thing that this thing boasts is a great capability to knock things off of things that are being ridden in. And to show you, I have this boat full of pig and sheep together, having a lovely afternoon. But what happens when I introduce the hook? Bam, we don't have a sheep anymore. That's right. It takes things out of rideable positions. I don't know how discernibly useful that is. I don't know. Maybe if there's like a chicken jockey harassing you or something, you could just be like, whoosha, and then knock him off, and all of a sudden he's a little bit easier to hit. So that's pretty amazing. So we'll go ahead and put the punch hook back. Next, we have a really cool one, which is the web hook. As far as I know, the web hook is probably the most easiest to make, that cheapest to make. That's why it probably boasts a very basicness to it. You just put 2 strings and a cobweb together to make a web hook. And what that'll do is you can combine all these radical things together to make yourself a web hook. Pretty basic stuff. Crafting it so you know I'm not lying to you. And here is the web hook. And the thing about the web hook is it doesn't really stick to mobs. So not, oh, it does. Okay. Scratch what I said. I'm an idiot. What it does do, it basically has all the functionality of a spear hook, basically. I don't know how else to put it. You just launch it at things and it sticks. Oh, it looks like it can attach to anything, really. We're gonna go ahead and launch ourselves up onto this tree here. Huh. Like so. So that's pretty cool. One thing I did not mention is that these hooks have a certain toughness to them, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is the hooks can break if you put them under too much pressure, or if they're near too much fire or something like that. I haven't really tested it too much, but if I go ahead and grab, you know what, live testing zone now. We're in the live testing area. We're testing things live, which is fine. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this and then make a little fire. And then if we shoot that, it will break the line. And now we no longer have a hook. Excuse me, you've been a nuisance the whole thing. Please, begone from this earth. Burn. I figured it out. Okay. What the hook does is, when submerged in fire and or lava, is it'll stay in there for only a certain amount of time before being launched back into your system, and also losing a little bit of durability. So it's not losing durability because I'm currently in creative, but I promise you it does lose durability a bit. Do I promise you? I might be wrong. Hold on. Look at Unicorn Man, always second guessing himself. I think you just lose durability every time you shoot it. So that's how it is. I'm sorry. I know I'm not being very reliable with the information. I'm sorry, but it's okay, because now we're done with the information part, and now we can get into the cool part. I get to show you all these cool things that you can do with the hook. So let me bring us to a different setting real quick with a snap of my fingers. And I'm back, and I have transported myself into a big city. That's right. We are in the hunting grounds of Spider-Man. We are in the city where webhooks are their strongest, as well as their bravest. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a webhook out here real quick, specifically this one. Yeah, and I'm going to show you some cool things that you can do with this. I just really want to show off the fact that you can just kind of really traverse areas with this thing if you have the skill and knowledge to do so, like this. Whoop, whoop. Boy, ah, I dropped it. Oh no. Oh geez, I left it all the way up there. No problem, I have a second webhook. There we go. Okay, all right, we're good. So let me just get onto the top of this building here. I know I'm not being an amazing showcase of this because I have the mind of a 2-year-old sometimes. The learning process of a beaver of sorts. Oh boy. Okay. Yep, we're getting there. Okay. All right. And then if we just do this and reel up, and there we go. Okay, we made it to a substantial point. So yeah, you can traverse yourself if you are pressing the correct combinations of buttons. You can go ahead and just like start scaling walls and whatnot. So that's handy dandy. You'll probably do it way better than I will if you were to give this a shot of sorts. Don't mind me just breaking the building. Oop. Yep, we're working on it. No, please. Oh boy. Okay, we've almost got it. Okay, we've made it up. Perfect. I could have just flown up, but that would destroy the entire purpose. Wow, this is a very nice building. However, I'm getting off track. I'm showing you some tips and tricks that you can do with this thing. So, you can have multiple hooks out at once if you so wish. So if I were to do this, okay, and then I were to start reeling myself in a bit, and then I shot this building with this webhook and I reeled myself in a bit. Now I've kind of rubber banded myself in between two buildings, so that's real cool, and I can kind of adjust my position by either letting loose some rope or gaining some rope to kind of like adjust myself. This is really handy dandy for mining, maybe over like maybe a lava pit of sorts or whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of just Spider-Manning over here, don't mind me. Mark, can you Photoshop like a little Spider-Man mask on me? Thanks, appreciate it. Do I look good? What do you think? Leave a comment down below if you think I look pretty good with the Spider-Man mask on. Anyway, so if we go ahead and detach that and then we bring this over and we just kind of start launching ourselves again, we can go ahead and all the way up to the top. So yeah, these hooks are pretty good, as well as you could have a combination of hooks as well. So let's start making an example here. Oops. All right, so now that I have surrounded this tree with lava, it is currently burning. The fire is quickly spreading up. So I need to get away from here. So you go, oh, okay. So I'm going to make a quick excavation out of here. So let me attach this here. You know, just be real safe about it. And we're going to go ahead and start reeling ourselves over. Careful to not touch the lava. And we're just going to kind of reel ourselves over, real quaint like. Just kind of get that rope all the way over and then, oh, okay. Well, we touched the lava a little bit, but you understand what I mean. If you've got some careful planning and whatnot in there, you're able to kind of get yourself out of there. Now, let's say there is maybe, let's say a creeper. He is over here. He is scared boy, but he wants to kill you. And you say, no, not today. So you take out your big old punch hook and you go, what? And then you launch both of yourselves into the lava, which is the unintended effect. So we're going to go ahead and maybe set something else up here and just kind of get ourselves a block there. And we're going to, oops, nope, definitely didn't want that. So let's go. Whoop. And then we're just going to reel ourselves pretty good in here, kind of stationary ourselves, and then use this. Oh, okay. So as you can see, the webhook kind of only lets us get pulled so far before it kind of stops us. So if you got like a good like 4 to 5 blocks of interval space or whatever, you could definitely pull something into you. Vice versa, if you were to, excuse me, get off of me. If you were to put a creeper down and you say, oh, I want that creeper in the lava, you could also do this and just launch him in with the spear hook. You can also reel him in as well. If he doesn't go in all the way, you do that. You hit him with the spear and you start reeling them in like this. So that's real handy dandy for maybe manipulating mobs into lava, as well as it can also be used as maybe a leash, I guess. It's kind of a bad leash, but you know, it's cool. Doesn't require slime balls, which is very nice. But I would highly recommend you not use this as a leash for your pet creeper. does Spider-Man do this? I don't get it. So thank you so much for watching this beautiful mod review. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and check out the mod in the description, as well as leave a comment. Make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all that jazz, and be sure to kiss your mother and give your father a stern handshake. Thank you for watching. Unicorn Man going away. Going away. Oh! Oh!